Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. It's Monday. It is December the 30th, 2024. We are a hair's breadth away from the new year. And if you are one that does things on New Year, you're planning, you're prepping, you're doing all of your stuff to get ready. So for us, I'm not really sure what we're going to do then. Maybe, as long as I remember, I believe Soxy Nana, Alice from Soxy Nana, is having a live cast-on party for socks. So this year, maybe I'll make more than the 10 pair of socks that I push for every year. I am working on my 10th pair. I am. Is it done? No, it's not. But that's okay. I had enough for Christmas. I had enough to give away. And I was even able to give an extra pair away for one of my friends that came to visit today. So that was really nice. I like to have extra for that reason because, if you know someone's showing up, like you don't decide an hour before that I'd like to give you a pair of socks. You better have them done in advance. So I do like to have extras for just that reason. So that was a lot of fun. And she got one of the hats because I made a lot of hats. And if you're expecting a hat, I haven't mailed them out, but I am. All members, right, that have emailed me their address and everything. There are some that I haven't gotten addresses from, but that's for members to my channel. I did offer out a free hat to them and everything if they wanted to. So yeah, send me your address if you haven't already. Anyway, Mondays, I generally go over everything that I've made throughout the week, what I've worked on, and, what I've gotten done. Right before getting on, I was looking at some stuff that I shouldn't have been. It's naughty. Oh my gosh. Yarn enabler alert, yarn enabler alert. I know. So, some of my favorite places to order yarn, they have sales. They have end of the year sales. And I'm like this, la, 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 la. I don't want to because I've got yarn. I've got beautiful yarn that is all calling to me. They're all like jealous little brothers and sisters. You know what I'm getting at? Because then I bring in another pretty yarn and everything. And they're like, what about me? Am I not cute? Well, you were yesterday. I mean, that's not very nice, is it? So, so I'm trying to ignore it, but I'm losing the battle. And it will be no surprise to any of you that Arcane Fiberworks is one of them. Yes, they have until the 1st of January, 20% off of everything. So in US dollars, that's $20.80, I think. I don't know. But anyway, it's less than $21. And he does have, Tyler is the creative yarn dyeing genius behind Arcane Fiberworks. People talk about him like we know him as a buddy and friend. I have never met the man, but I talk about him as if he is a buddy or a friend. Okay, that's just how that works, okay? So he's, oh my gosh, I don't know how he's like in his personal life in any way, shape, or form. I just know what I see is the dyeing that he does of yarn, and it is absolutely amazing. So I extrapolate that as if you're doing all of this amazingness, you must be an amazing person. I don't really know that. I'm just going to go with it. So he dyes yarn. It's gorgeous, and I have a collection. I have shown my collection of Arcane Fiberworks yarn. Oh, I'm just thrilled. And 20% off again. Oh my gosh. So 2 skeins he sends with no shipping, no extra shipping charge. So it's like, oh my gosh, that is amazing. And there's one of the colors that is just drill worthy. It is Velvet Queen. Okay, not just one of the colors, but there's always something. So Velvet Queen is just talking to me right now. It is talking to me. I don't need it. I have not pulled the trigger. So we've got Velvet Queen that is killing me. We've got Longing for Lilac, which is a semi-solid. Oh, which is an interesting one because it's not my typical autumn colors, right? It's a pinky blush color. Hello, but whatever. Okay, I like it a lot. And I'm really looking at the semi-solids. I'm supposed to be showing you stuff. Whatever. Okay, I'm telling stories. So I'm looking at the semi-solids because I'd like to do some of those yoked sweaters right here. I've done a lot of colorwork stuff last year, and I'd like to do those fancy yoke sweaters that have the twisted stitches and the lace and the prettiness, and yeah, I want to do that. And I've got a lot of colorful yarns, that if you did something stunning and gorgeous and amazing like that, you're not necessarily going to see it to the best of its potential, Yeah, you can put the work into it. Nobody says you can't. But the yarn is going to overpower the stitches. And sometimes you want the yarn to be beautiful and just the subtle beauty, and let the stitches do the talking. So something like that, that's exactly what I would like to happen. And the longing for lilac is calling to me. And the pretty in pink, I didn't get that on his last time he had the sale. I got the hug and the mug. Oh my gosh, it is gorgeous. And I got the teal. Oh, those are stunning. So I emptied the cart. Now, if hubby was ordering, I would have had all of these on the last order, except for Velvet Queen, because that one just came out, or just came out. I think it was one of the monthly mystery clubs, but I'm not part of that. I get enough yarn otherwise. And yeah, so other people said that. So it's just been released as you can buy this now. And if hubby had done the order, I would have had it all. But when I do the order, I'm a little more conservative. I know it doesn't look like it. Oh my gosh, I understand that. But that man's dangerous when it comes to the button for the cart, for the yarn cart, or going into a yarn store. He is dangerous. So those are the ones that are just calling to me. Yeah, that Velvet Queen is beautiful. And then if you look at it, and if you go look at their colors, it goes really well with the wine time. So that has the maroons and the yellows. And I've got like You Shall Not Pass, and then my husband's sweater that I'm working on, Burning Desire. Those are very red and yellow and black. And the Velvet Queen is like the maroon. Oh my gosh. And the yellow, so the wine time goes with it. The really super bright golden yellow, which I happen to own a skein of, goes really well with it. And the I think it's the charcoal. Hello, I love the charcoal. I've put that on my last couple of sweaters that I've made. Yeah, I love that. You know, that really goes with it. You get the feeling I need to order some? Yeah, I don't need to. I don't need to. I'm not doing a good job of talking myself out of it, just saying. So those are the ones that are really talking to me. If you've ordered some, let me know, because I want to live vicariously, because, you know, it's what we all do. And then the other one that is having a sale right now going on to the 1st of January, it's Aberdeen Wool. It's their Boxing Day sale. So what they have is 15% off, which is pretty cool. And they do have free shipping when you hit $150 to the US. I have no idea on Canada, but they do have free shipping as far as that goes. And in the email that I got, it said if you order $100 or more, they will immediately, within 24 hours, so that's immediate, send you a coupon, yeah, for rebate for $20 off your next order, and said that you can do that as many times as you want. So if you wanted to, if shipping weren't a thing, right? You know, $100 order, you can collect as many as you want to. That'll be sent. And they're not going to start shipping things out until the 2nd of January because they're taking a break. But anyway, that's the Yarn Enabler. Oh my gosh, right? And their mystery bags are the best that I have ever seen. That's just my personal opinion, but that's using, everything that I've received in the bags has been yarn that I would use. Even the bulky. Of course, I gave the bulky to my friends. Now that my daughter's knitting, she might have liked it, but whatever, we'll get more. It's okay. It's okay. I have yarn. We'll figure it out. So those right there, and if you haven't seen them, definitely go back and look at some of my videos for the Aberdeen Wools unboxings, and you might think that the yarn is great, and it might not be something that you're into, right? So it's all perception. Things that you might like are like, I don't want to play with it, and vice versa. If you have a wool allergy, highly recommend no, because there's wool in every box, right? I mean, their name is Aberdeen Wool, so there is that, but whatever. So those are the Yarn Enablers. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I know. I want the Velvet Queen. I want the Velvet Queen. I want it. I want it. I want it. I'm a child. I have enough. But anyway, so want to see what I made this week? Yeah, you do. I know you do. I think you already saw this. My daughter was modeling it. Look. Oh my gosh. This is the cute little gnome hat. I'll link the pattern down below. It's Jingle something. It's a paid-for pattern on Ravelry. My friend gifted me the pattern. I thought that was really cute, only because I think we're both making them. So there we go. That is beautiful. And I made this in alpaca yarn. It's all alpaca yarn, except for this. This is not. This is Go for Faux. Lion brand Go for Faux. I don't have a ball next to me, so I'm not really sure what that construction is, but it's really cute. My daughter has a smaller head than I do. This fits her absolutely adorably. I am shocked, stunned, and surprised. Oh yeah, all of them, that she wanted it. I mean, it's got color. It's got color. And it's got gnomes with big noses. I don't get it. Yeah, she's the neutrals girly, as she put it. Have you seen the videos where she's come on with me? She calls her, I'm the neutral girly. She's so adorable. She is so cute. And she's getting into knitting, and I am absolutely thrilled. I'm going to have to bring her on again. She's gotten quite a ways on her scarf, so I know she wants to show that off. And I was able to get a needle set for the granddaughter. I'll do another video on that and show why I got what I got, and, you know, show my daughter, show hers, and, you know, that type of a situation, kind of going over those things a little bit. You might be surprised. You might not, you know. I mean, a decent set, but not a break the bank set. That's a good way to put it. You know, something to make sure that they're interested. That's all there is to it. All the tools that they need, they're interested, but not necessarily the most expensive. There's some pricey stuff out there. So I will go over that at another time. So that is the only thing I got done this week. I did. The only thing I got finished. But I did start some stuff. Yes, I did. And I worked on some stuff. So you saw yesterday I showed this book. Yeah. Oh my God. I've shown this book more than once. I mean, hello. Look at this. The Timeless Textured Baby Crochet. This thing has so many cute patterns in it. I'm just, look at those. Look at those. I can see myself making like every one. I mean, I've made a knitted version of this. I have. And there's some sweaters. And I mean, the sweaters are just absolutely gorgeous. So I did start one. I am working on the Heavenly Sweater. I got a little farther. I did. I got a little farther. So it works up. So far, it's working up a lot faster than I thought. This is the Heavenly Sweater. This is what the book shows. And it says using a number 3 weight yarn, any DK weight or light worsted weight yarn. Number 3 light worsted weight. And it's saying 18 stitches and 10 rows and double crochet, measure your 4" by 4". Now, using a size F hook. I used a size E hook, just a little bit smaller, and was still bigger on gauge. I don't crochet loose. I don't crochet like death tight, but it's just kind of like the neutral. Most things I would get gauge at, but whatever. And truthfully, I don't remember the last time I gauged anything in crochet. You just make it. I'm like, I don't know. Just make it. So I started this. And I am making the size 1 to 2 year old. And yesterday, I just had the yoke. I had finished the yoke, and I did the beginning chain small enough that I could fit it over my head, right? Because you can always tighten up that neck with single crochet or, you know, doing the crab stitch or reverse single crochet, doing stuff like that, but you can't loosen it. So it's better if it's, hey, that's just a little big. Could you tighten it some? It's much better to go that route than, oh my gosh, I've made this beautiful piece and the child can't get it over their head. So I did make sure that I really, really made that first beginning chain very loose. And I was able to put it over my head, and I was like, ooh, you could make that same thing and just kind of expand it. And I could do a crocheted version for myself, or for mommy for that matter. Mommy's only like 4'11". She's really tiny. I don't know, right? She's a lot smaller than I am. But look at that. So I have the yoke. Look at this. I'm going to pull it up. And that's where I was at yesterday, was splitting the sleeves. So I split the sleeves. Oh my goodness. Isn't that cute? How wide is that? That's the telltale, right? I'm going to see, who's this going to fit? Did I really make it for a 1 to 2 year old, or did I make it to, I don't know. Here, I'm going to shut up. No, I'm not. Okay. So this is saying laying flat. It is just shy of 12 inches. So we're going to call that 23 3/4, something along that line. Around, I'm going to go to the pattern. I am back at the pattern. Okay. Going back to the pattern, and it states, what does it state? It says length. Okay, there you go. 22 3/4 inches chest equals a 1 to 2 year old. Ooh, does that mean I'm spot on? Wow. No, I just said it was, what did I just say? I said 23. So I'm a little bit bigger. Yeah, I'm still a little bit bigger. The 3 to 4 year old is 26 inches. So I'm just a tad bit above that 1 to 2. I'm good with that. I'm very good with that. Since the little one that we have, the little girl, she is 2 years old. She's a very tiny petite 2 years old. Very tiny. I mean, yeah, it just runs in the family. Daddy was that way. Mom was 4'11". I mean, she comes by it honestly. So this should work for a little while. There you go. And if I were going to do this again and I was a little concerned, the shells for this size, it's like a, yeah, you get little tiny, you're reversing each row. So I've got, see, there's a little chain 3 space right here, chain 3 single crochet, like a little picot. And then there's a shell, 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. And you're doing that all the way around. And then you turn and you do that again. So that's what's creating this. And I have 15 shells around. And if I wanted to make it a little bigger, obviously the other sizes have that too. I could take the same yoke and maybe make 16 shells or 17 shells, and then it would kind of flare out just a little bit, semi A-shaped, A-frame, A, like this. It'll be like that. It'll be like that. Yeah, so you could do something along that line, taking that yoke along that line and then flare it. Or another thing, oh my gosh, this would be so easy. You can do it knitting too, but I don't know which one would be easier. I don't know. But I can do it like this. So you've got this, and this is just going straight down, right? This right here. So it's whatever it is, and it is just straight down. You could make the whole flaring out. See, so you've got, they're stacking on each other right here. So you could do the increase in between and kind of make it on one of those chain 3s and everything, put a shell in there and another shell and kind of start going like this. And you can make something that'll make more of a ruffle and flare. I think that's how designing works. Yeah, that's how designing works. But you could, and it would be a lot of fun. So you could take anything that's in this book and go elsewhere. And the reason I'm going along that with this lining of this thought process is once I stuck this over my, now I can't do it now because I've added this, but just this part, I was able to yesterday put that over my head. Put that over my head without an issue. I could have added more width and everything. Yeah, flared it out a bit more on that circular part to make it large enough for me as an adult, and then do whatever I needed to do for making the rest of the outfit, and a little larger here that needs it, that type of thing. Yeah, you could definitely do that. And the exciting thing about that is there's a challenge out there for a crocheted adult top. That is not my challenge. That is the Hooker versus Hooker January challenge, is a crocheted adult top. And I'm like, oh, that might be a little bit cumbersome. It depends on what you're looking out there and you're finding and everything. And then I'm making this, wasn't planning on, sticking it over my head, but evidently I'm good at that. So, yeah, for anyone that's in that or just wants to play along with the Hooker versus Hooker, you can do this type of concept, whether you're getting this book or not, that doesn't matter. But that type of a concept, and that's cool. And oh, speaking of the yoke, what I was talking about earlier with the Arcane Fireworks, doing this part right here in some fancy stitches that are more semi-solid. And I mean, you can even see the concept here because this is a variegated yarn. You've got that beautiful little pattern, and sometimes that pattern is kind of not as seen as when we saw it in the book right here. And you can see that a lot more with the solid color. So yeah, there's that. I know, it's crazy. So I'm having fun. This is working out a lot faster, which is really cool because I like so many of the patterns in that book. And we've got baby boy coming in May. And, the granddaughter, like I said, she's 2. And these patterns, the rompers don't go up to the 3 and 4 years old, which makes sense. She doesn't like to have things snapped there anyway. But the other patterns do go up to a size 3 or 4. There's a lot of nice sweaters and tops and cardigans in there. I'm like, oh, and they've got boys and girls. Like, oh my gosh. So this book, there's a lot of things I can see myself making. Not just, that's cool. But with the crocheting as fast as this is worked up, I could do the wardrobe. I mean, that would be fun. And not only do the wardrobe, that would help me to work through some of my stash. My sale yarn, as we discovered yesterday. Oh yeah, I got that on sale. No full price here. I mean, I paid full price for yarn. I think we all have, but I prefer to get it on sale. And what happens when I get it on sale? I bought 2. So whatever. So so that was I started something Sunday. I did. And it's working. It's working. And then the tail of the tail. How is that? How do we say that? the telltale, I don't know. But the thing that will say whether we get it done or not is those sleeves. Now they're tiny sleeves. I should be able to do the sleeves. I'm not going to leave it like that. I got sleeves. I got to put sleeves on because evidently I have an issue with sleeves, like actually doing them. We all have our thing. It's okay. We have our thing. I'll put some sleeves on it. I don't want to leave it cap sleeve like that. I'll put some sleeves on it. It'll be adorable. Alrighty. And then I was working my husband's socks. Oh, this is pair number 10. And I am getting there. Oh, come on. Untangle. There. Got it. All right. So, mystery yarn. And it is gorgeous. And one of the suggestions was maybe this is Patton's Croy. And color might be similar to another Patton's Croy yarn. But I've got other Patton's Croy and it's thicker. Like 300 some odd yards. This is like a regular sock yarn and it's amazing. I'm loving that color. I like the feel of it. I love the way, I mean, just look at that. Look how that's working up. Look at that. That is gorgeous. I wouldn't mind getting more of it, but you know, there you go. I got it at the thrift store. I have no idea what it is. It's pretty. That's what it is. I mean, there's nothing in this yarn that would tell you that I would love this, right? Oh my gosh. So look at that. I am what I call the straightaway. So, sock anatomy. This is the cuff. All right, there we go. Since so many of us are going to join in making socks. Oh, and I talked to my daughter and she said she'd like to make socks. So she's going to join in. She's not done with her scarf yet, but she's working on it and she's made a couple washcloths. She's going to join in on doing socks. So we can all do it, right? And not yesterday, the 28th. Yeah, December 28th. Look at my video for the December 28th, 2 days ago. I put in a lot of links. People gave me suggestions in the comments for other people who had very, very beginner knitting, from slow motion knitting and everything, very beginning sock tutorials and things like that. I put in a lot of things in the description box. Use that as a resource if you feel so inclined. So we've got the cuff right here. So that is using knits and purls. You can see that. We've all heard the term knit one, purl two, knit one, purl two. That's a ribbing. That's what that is. And that's good. This is knit two, purl two. And see, it just creates a nice stretch. And then this is called stockinette stitch. So my daughter, we put her on circular needles. She'd be able to do this because this is just knitting in the round. Knit, 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 knit. That's it. And she's doing that right now in her scarf. But since she's going back and forth, it's called garter stitch because it looks like knit on one side and purl on the other, so it flips. Yeah, so there's that. And then we get into this thing here. That's called a heel flap, so we're doing that. And the gusset right here, that's where you can see that line where we got a whole bunch of stitches and we're decreasing it down. Now I'm back down to the same amount of stitches that I had up here on the leg, right here. And then I get to do the toe. And the toe on this one, because hubby's fancy, is going to be one of the split toes, where the big toe is split off from the rest of the toes, because again, that's his favorite, and he likes his little ninja socks, so he's going to get his little ninja socks. There you go. And I don't blame him. I think he only has one pair left that I've hand knit, that doesn't have holes in them. His, you know, our oldest son, he has a pair, maybe one or two, but I know he has at least one pair. And I think hubby's just down to the one. I'm not sure. I didn't go digging through all of his sock stash that much. He's got a lot of socks. I'm not going to lie. He's got a lot of socks. So he loves this color. I love this color. So on to the toes. Pair number 10. Don't think I'll get him done before the new year, but that's okay. He claimed this pair for his Christmas socks anyway. So as soon as I get it done, he'll get those. But he'll be happy, and that's what counts. And then the other thing that I worked on, I know I've been lax, because anytime I say, hey, sweetie, what should I work on? He's like, my sweater? Where's my sweater? I don't wanna. But I did. And then he told me, he's like, don't even show it. You can't even tell you did anything. That's not very nice. I can tell you that right now. He's like, did you really do anything? Like, I did. But he can't tell. So that's not helpful. Here is a sleeve. This is the third sleeve. You're like, why 3 sleeves? I know. This is the third one. So for everyone that's new here, this is Arcane Fiber, and this is, I think it's the Burning Desire color. One of those. I'm not sure. But it is gorgeous. And I'm using 2 balls right now. See? 2 balls of yarn. And I'm alternating every row. And what that's doing is it's getting this more of a muted effect. And I made sure that when I started it, you know, the colors overlapped. So I do have some pooling going on, you know, some flashing, but it's a little more muted. So when I did the first sleeve and I just did the one strand of yarn and I wasn't alternating, all of this part right here where you can see the yellow, that was bright yellow there. That was bright yellow. And he didn't like that. And, you know, it was just too much too stark. So I finished the second sleeve. This is my third sleeve. He does not have 3 arms, but this is my third sleeve because I love him. But I have taken it out on the sweater and it has been in hibernation for a while because I've already discussed me and sleeves. I'm just saying, I don't want to. So not only is it me and sleeves, it's me and sleeves times 3. And that's not fair. No, that is not fair. So it's been in hibernation. Yeah. And he's not happy. He is not a fan. So I did pull it out, not literally pull it out, but I did grab it and the sleeve is longer. He's like, yeah, I can't tell. Yes, you can. So just because he can't. All right, where'd my little marker go? Just drop my little marker. All right, well, let me go for another little marker. All right, I'm going to put a little marker. Okay. So I have this. I see other people doing this. Other cool people. Oh, there's my other marker. I see other cool people doing this. I'm going to mark where I am with this pretty green stitch marker. What makes you think I would have a chartreuse green stitch marker? Look, you can't even tell it. Hold up against that. Or this one up here, right? I mean, yeah, okay. I have a color palette. I do. Alrighty. So my yarn's a little tangled around here. Stop it. It is a mess. Why? How? All right, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to mark one of these stitches. There we go. Marking it. So now we know. There. So we can tell how much I may or may not have gotten done. But just for you who are interested, I was there. So I was there, I did that much, and he's like, you can't tell it's not any bigger. You know, with encouragement like that, I'm just saying, stop trying to encourage me in that manner. It doesn't work. That reverse psychology thing, no, it does not work. I'm an adult if you don't control me like that. So those are the things that I was able to work on and get accomplished this week. I'm pretty proud of that. I am pretty proud. Coming off of the November and giving things out for Christmas and everything and having family in town and, well, they're in town anyway, but having family over and visiting, it was fun to just enjoy and be with family visiting and not pressured to get anything done. Okay, by the way, that pressure comes from me. It's not them. That is my own internal pressure. And this year, I'm going to try to let that internal pressure go, right? If I make it, cool. If I don't, well, that's okay too. But stop trying to pressure me. By the way, this is my internal voice. Stop trying to pressure me and tell me I have to do things. I don't. I follow rules at work. I'm in a corporate environment and I follow rules because that's what you do when you're in a corporate environment. But my crafting, I don't have to. Now, that might make a difference on what gets done or doesn't get done, or if it's done correctly or not. But that's okay. And I plan on this year having both successes and failures with my crafts. And the reason I say that is if I'm doing something that I haven't done before, there's a good chance I'll be successful. There's also a chance I'll fail at it. That's okay. It's yarn. It's just yarn. You just rip it out. You just rip it out and you start again. It's not going to break anything. It's not going to harm anything, right? Just do it again. So I'm really planning on doing both, having successes and failures, because the failures mean you went out on a limb and you tried something new. You tried something different. You had an idea and you learned something from it, you know, and that's cool. And so what if you had to pull it out? So what if you had to do something else and it's like, ooh, it's a failure? Is it? Because you learned something. Maybe if making my top, if I chain really tight on the beginning and then make the whole thing beautiful and then realize it won't fit over your head, that's a failure. But what did you learn? Make sure that neck is really loose next time, right? We learned something. So even in that, I plan on having both successes and failures next year. It's the best way to look at it. And that just means I'm growing and learning and having fun with my crafts. And no pressure on me. Again, that's my inner monologue telling myself to stop pressuring, because nobody's externally pressuring me. I don't know about you guys with your crafts or anything. Nobody is externally pressuring me. This is all 100% me. But I have to do more. Why? But I have to finish this. Why? Now, I like to finish things. And the other reason I push myself is because I've got a lot of really, really pretty yarns I want to play with. And yeah, I would, and to be able to play with them, you know, it's like, well, finish this one so you can play with that one, that type of thing. And that's where that pressure comes from. It's not external. Nobody's bullying me. Well, except for my husband on his sweater, but that's okay. I'm used to that. But I'm like a child and I push back the same way. So it works. We're a good pair. We're a good pair. So we got that. We really are. We play well together. So that's the only thing. I don't have any bullying. I don't have anything going on as far as that goes. So don't worry. Don't stress it. But yeah, hopefully in the new year, you'll also have some successes and failures and learn some things and grow in the crafting. And I hope we're going to have fun doing some socks this year. Normally, I'm sick of doing socks by the end of the year. I actually have a pair on the needles right now, voluntarily. But normally by the end of the year, I'm sick of doing them, and I don't generally pick them up until about June. I'm like, I don't want a foot thing. I don't want anything. But this year, I'm feeling refreshed, crazy, and I'm looking forward to doing all the 2025 things in socks and doing some different techniques that I've not done and really exploring with all of that. So yeah, that's interesting. That's different. That right there is 100% different. Socks for the last couple of years, because there's so many other things that I've wanted to work on, have been more, not really punishment knitting, but on the timeline, internal, I pressured me, punishment knitting. It's like, I don't want to work on that. I don't want to play with fun stuff. I don't want to work on that, right? And said in the best childish voice. And this year I'm kind of excited. I'm excited of all the new possibilities. I'm excited on all the sock knit alongs, and I'm excited on the let's do some other things. And I'm really excited that my daughter wants to jump on this journey with me. And she's a very beginner knitter, and she's willing to do this, and I'm going to help her as much as I can and also direct her to the same resources that I talked about and say, hey, look at this when mom's not around, look at this when mom's not doing this, look at that for some inspiration to help you out, so then she can do these with me. And I think this is going to be a blast. What a new year we have coming. With that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.